Welcome back to toxicgeeks.com. Justin here, back with more comic book reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing Peacemaker, the disturbing the peace. This is a one shot from the DC Black label, and as always, I give you a brief synopsis. So here we go. Long before joining the Suicide Squad, Christopher Smith, codenamed Peacemaker, meets with a psychiatrist, a woman dangerously obsessed with his bizarre and violent past. From his tragic childhood to his military service overseas to his multiple missions with special forces, Smith has more than his share of skeletons in the closet. But who's actually analyzing whom? And will this trip down memory lane result in more fatalities? DC Black Label is pushing out the best work out of DC Comics right now. There is something about these one shots or these self-contained stories where the artists and writers are just allowed to tell the stories that they want to tell. And for those who are very critical of the direction of DC, some people will say, "Oh my God, it's getting woke," or this is getting too progressive, blah blah blah. I really don't care about any of that stuff. I will say this though, that DC Black Label is where it's at when it comes to terms of DC quality. If you're missing that type of DC feel that you've been craving for, you need to check out some of the Black Label books. I mean, they're really putting out some really great character pieces, and Peacemaker Disturbing the Peace is definitely worthy of being in that class. I love the hell out of this one. This was a character analysis of a man who has been through some severe trauma and how he deals with this trauma. And if you are a fan of the show, this is nothing like the show. This is a very serious take on the character of, and it's something I thought the show should be doing a little bit more. I mean, I don't mind the action comedy elements to it because that's how he was introduced to Suicide Squad, and it's James Gunn, so I'm not expecting something like this of this magnitude. But this was, man, Christopher Smith, Peacemaker. That dude has lived a hard life. Like, damn. Like, just minor spoilers here because there are some stills here that you're seeing. So it opens up with Peacemaker just at the cemetery, just being peaceful because he likes to go there because his peace is tranquil. And he gets approached by Dr. Sedgwick, who has been studying his case and been just really been analyzing and obsessing with his past and his trauma. So she goes there and she wants to ask a couple of questions, the clarification about his past. So he starts to open up to her, and you find out that his mother and stepfather decide to unfortunately commit suicide and also take out his and kill his siblings as well. And he missed that because he was coming late home from school. And after that, he gets put in a foster home when, unfortunately, his foster dad is killed by two bank robbers, Scooter and Slinky, who you see right here. And they actually take him in, and this is where the seeds of violence and more trauma really take place. I don't want to spoil too much of that, but from there, he goes into special forces and becomes the Peacemaker that everybody knows now. But there is nothing comedic about this book, this one shot. There is nothing comedic at all. This is a character study of trauma and how this man has dealt with this trauma. And just when you're reading the words, when you're reading the way he reacts, and like the way the wording is and the way he reacts to certain things, it's just like he is so numb and he's so cold with it. Like it doesn't affect him. There's literally no emotion he is showing when he's talking to Dr. Sedgwick. And what I also like about this is that, I mean, if you watch the show and then you watch this, and even in the show they say that he's not stupid, but of course it's played for comedy. But here, this man is really smart. He's not stupid. He is always one step ahead. And there's a great revealing scene in this where he's even one step ahead of the doctor that's came. He knows what she's here for, what they're planning and everything else. He's always one step ahead. And that's just something like, now, I think this book is really going to establish more of Peacekeeper being a mainstay in DC continuity in DC books, and maybe even cross over out of the DC Black Label, maybe into the mainstream of the DC continuity. But this book, when I tell you, I love the hell out of it. It has some great action, by the way, great artwork, beautiful script, wonderful dialogue. Just like I said, it's a character study piece of examination of this man and his trauma, how he deals with it, what he went through before he joined the Suicide Squad. And it's a sad story. It's a very sad tale. And just like I said, if you reading it and you feel the coldness, it's like he's completely numbed to what's happened. And he knows what's happened, but it's kind of like there's no emotion. It's like he's already dead inside. So he's just there. And definitely, if I gotta give this a rating, this is a must pick up. If so far I haven't got to the other books that came out this week, but this definitely already is probably my must buy of the week. Peacemaker, Disturbing the Peace. Hands down, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed the hell out of this one. Great character arc, great character study. I wish it wasn't a one shot, but them's the breaks. Excellent book. Definitely check this one out. It's Justin from tacosgeeks.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. And thank you if you stumble upon this through the algorithm that constantly screws us over. And also, if you are watching this from Tacos and Geeks, please browse the website, check out our podcast, check out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/thetacosgeeks, facebook.com/thetacosandgeeks blog, Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us at Tacos and Geeks. This is Justin. Later days. Catch you on the next review. Peace.